balance
Yeah.
the sound.
Okay.
Mr. Mawrey, your comment about a banana republic went around the world. It was news here in Australia. What was that in relation to?
Well, when I had uncovered the fraud in Birmingham, I was struck by a statement by the British government saying that fraud wasn't happening and all the safeguards were working well. And I denounced this as being complacent, saying that I had heard evidence of fraud that would disgrace a banana republic. And I felt that, if anything, that was an understatement, considering the levels of fraud that had been uncovered in Birmingham. An election where someone may be elected to an office where half the votes cast in his favour are fraudulent is clearly a procedure which most banana republics would envy.
And you were sitting as a High Court judge?
I was sitting as an election commissioner, which is a judge appointed for the trial of that disputed election petition alone. An election commissioner has the powers of a High Court judge and is sitting as a judge of the High Court of England.
Can we avoid fraud in relation to postal votes? And we have also pre-polls in Australia. Can fraud be eliminated in relation to that?
In my judgment, formed on an examination of these cases over the last 5 years, I do not think a system of postal voting on demand can be operated in any way which will eliminate the risk of serious and massive fraud. I think it simply cannot be done.
We're told in Australia by the politicians that it's very important to make voting easy. What do you think of that proposition?
The first is, I don't think making it easy actually increases the willingness of people to vote. In England, the objective of postal voting on demand was to make things easier in the hopes that more people would vote. In fact, the numbers voting at elections, we of course have voluntary voting, dropped dramatically between 1997, which is the last in effect all personal voting election, and 2001, which was the first election with postal votes on demand. The drop was as high as 12%, from 71 to 59% drop in voting. So those low figures have continued in Britain, as a result of which it cannot possibly be said that postal voting on demand increases turnout.
Thank you, Mr. Mawrey. Now we go